place value. And remember, the place value is when we're talking about ones and tens. So it's either the place or the value of that digit or number, wherever it is. So we know our ones is all the way over to the right, and then we have our tens. Now we're not going to be learning about hundreds and thousands, but just know that there are other place values over there. So when we have our rods, which are our groups of 10, so we know when we have groups of 10, we can count by what? This is not a trick question, I promise. We can count by tens, right? And then we have our units, which is our ones. So we count those out individually, like 1, 2, 3, and keep going. Now, we have to figure out what number is represented right here with our rods and our units. So the first thing that we have to do is that we have to order these things. So we got to put things together, so like things together. So let's put all our rods together, which are right here. So we have our rods together, and I'm going to leave enough space so that I can count in between. So I'm going to bring all my rods up right here. And then I'm going to bring all my units over here. Now, I have my units right there. Now, another thing that you can do is you can bring all your rods over to the tens. You can do this, because then it shows you that your tens go into, or your rods go into this right here. And then all your ones can go over into your ones, or your units. Now, I find this easier once I have put everything together, meaning I have put like things together. Now, I'm going to start with how many ones do I have? Now, how many ones do I have? So I have, over here, I have, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get the drawing tool out. So we have, ooh, let me erase that. Oh no! Let's do this again. So we have here, sorry about that. I started learning some new things. So we had 5 of these that we put together in our tens, and that's okay because it helps us out. And then we had 5 of our units. So remember, our units is only one digit. And we have a value of it. So the value of this set of units is, we have 5 because we count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's look. We have how many sets of 10? So let's look at how many sets of 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have 5 sets of 10, but we have to count our 5 sets of 10 using 10, counting by 10. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So let's do our 50. Miss Sparks was writing with the opposite hand. So this is, I have 50 tens here. Now, because I have to put these numbers together, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 50 right here plus 5. And this is going to be my number, which is 55. Now, you're like, Miss Sparks, why is it not 505? I'm going to tell you. So our number is 55. So I have 5 ones. Now, if I asked you what number is in the ones column right here, so that's 5. Now, what about here? And the value is 5 as well, because you only have 5 ones. Now, the number in the tens, or the digit in the tens column, is 5. Now, I know the value is 50 though, because I have 5 tens. Remember, tens, you got to use that. So I have 5 tens, which is 50, but when I go 50 plus 5, that is 55. So let's do another one. Let's clear this one. So remember, we have our rods over here. So remember, you always got to order them first. You always got to order them. So I'm going to have this, and then I'm just going to do one like that. Okay, so remember, we got to order them. So all we have to do is just put like ones together is just put that one over there. And then we have here. Now, you won't have a ones and tens column on your Jamboard, so I'm going to show us how to do that without that. But I just wanted to show us using our place value chart, or our map, to help us out. Now, we know our ones, our units, are right here. So we have, how many units are right here? It's 1, right. Now, I can put that over here too, just so we have 1. Now, what about our groups of 10? We have 10, 20, 30, 40. So we have 40. That's our value right here. But we only have 4 tens. So 4 tens, and then we have 1, 1. So 4 tens, 40. That's why we saw on the other number that that was 40 altogether. I'm just showing you that the value of this is actually 40 because we see all of this equals 40 because you have 4 tens, 4 tens. But I'm just putting that number over here. So we have 4 tens. So altogether, this would be 41. So 41. So that would be the value of all of these base 10 blocks here, because we're trying to figure out how much this actually is. So when you go onto your Jamboard, let me bring that up for you to see. You are going, here it is. So this is what it's going to look like. Now, I give you these right here. Maybe it's thinking. No, I don't want that. I want this one. So that you're going to see these rods and then these units. Hold on, it's just thinking. These rods and units. And what you're going to do, you're going to have to put them in order first. Remember, because we got some grouping here, so we got to put all those together. And then you're going to put the number of what this equals. So what this is, using write the number that the base 10 blocks represents. Meaning, what does it show? This is showing us a number. So make sure you put your number just on this side. So that is what you are doing. So let's go back onto our thing. So remember, if you have 4 rods, the value is actually 40, but you're only saying you have 4 tens. Because if we had 40 tens, then that would go into the thousands. So we have 4, and then we have our ones. So go ahead and write the number that represents what you see in your Jamboard.